Fatma Buteshku Chatatapuman. It is 32.
The Lord, as super soul, pervades all things, just as fire pervades wood, and so he appears to be of many varieties, though he is in the absolute one without a second.
Small the fire, remember?
Yeah, I think his energy is there, but he's not personally there.
Yeah, so in other words,
He ignites all things without he being personally there.
exactly. Just like how come you can ignite wood? Because fire is there in a subtle form. So, and the verse, the cross reference of that in the Gita 13:17. Look at this. Although the super soul appears to be divided amongst all beings, is never divided. Is situated as one. Although is the maintainer of every living entity, is to be understood that it devours and develops all.
Oh yeah.
Do you follow?
Yes.
So, in other words, don't think there is many millions of Paramatma. So, what is the beautiful analogy of Srila Prabhupada? Uh, the sun over your head is reflecting on many millions of coins at the bottom of the swimming pool. And when you look down at the bottom, it's bedazzling to your eyes. Why? Because the sun reflects off every coin at the bottom. But we shouldn't be thinking there's many super soul. There's one super soul. But it reflects in every jiva, animate and inanimate. This is our philosophy. So now we're talking about 30 was Mahavishnu, 31 was Garbhodakasha Vishnu, 32, the final Vishnu, who is Shirodakasha Vishnu, the Paramatma of the heart. So, and he came, this Paramatma came in Golila. Nityananda Prabhu was himself Balaram, his son is Virabhadra. So this is Paramatma. He came in Golila. So, Srila Prabhupada in 32, he explained very nicely when we talk about, the great chemist, matter, antimatter, proton, neutron. These are different effects of Paramatma. Part of the purport 32, matter, antimatter, proton, neutron are all different effects of the Paramatma. Okay? So the chemists, when they talk about, they want to dissect the atom and try to understand the nature of the electron, the proton, the neutron. They're trying to get, they're not doing so bad actually. They are getting into the effects of the Paramatma. But unfortunately, they don't have a spiritual approach. So they're going to fall short of the mark. This is the problem. But they're getting close, getting close. But you cannot access Krishna or Vishnu by a material means. It's not gonna work. Nayamatma pravachanina labyo nabedayana bahuna shrutina. You cannot by dint of brain power, by dint of even lengthy listening. They have done PhD. They went to university for 10 years. It's not the way. Yanilesha Vinutate Tanum Swam. When Krishna condescends to reveal himself to you because he likes you, he likes your mood of devotee, then you can access. But they're getting close. They're getting close. From wood, fire can be kindled. From butter, from milk, you can churn out butter. You follow? So, what is the way to understand Paramatma? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, just like we are doing now. We are studying Bhagavatam. Then you can understand because you have the right submissive approach, oral. It's a Shabda Brahman. You tend to listen the sound vibration. That's the way to go. But they will say, no, come on, it's Indian mythology, leave me alone. So they're just shooting themselves in the feet. It can be rekindled by the divine grace of a great devotee like Prabhupada. Even if you are a wood-like living entity, like extremely in a mode of ignorance, we were like this. But we have been revived. Even though we were in the mood of heavy tamagun. This is the trick. It's an open trick. You have to approach a guru. And then gradually everything will be revealed. Otherwise, if you don't approach, you're like an animal, basically. Not up a tree, a two-legged animal. Look at Arjun. Arjun, he has so much love that he drew out from Krishna Partsarati. Krishna became Partsarati. Partsarati means the conductor of his chariot. Why Krishna became Partsarati? Out of love for Arjun. See, Arjun has so much bhakti, prem bhakti, that he managed to extract from Krishna another form of Krishna.
Yeah, you said that because Krishna becomes subservient.
Exactly. Can you imagine? Tadavam hridayam mayam sadunam hridayam tvaham. Krishna becomes subservient. There's a verse in the 9th canto. Aham bhakta paradina. Krishna tells Durvas Muni, Narayan tells that verse. Aham bhakta paradina. I'm not independent. Even though he claims 111, Abhigya Swarat, I'm very independent. Swarat means independent. And in the 9th canto, he said, no. Aham bhakta paradinishu. I'm totally dependent. He contradicts himself. I'm dependent on my pure devotee. I belong to them. I don't belong to myself. This is a very high level.
Yes, and before when we were discussing and what you were explaining, Prabhu, then it came to me something very intimate, which is related to what you say now. That actually we, as Jivas, we think that we are eager to go back to him, but it came to me while you were talking that actually it's Krishna himself who is more eager that we come back to him.
So this is a beautiful analogy. 32. Fire is situated in pieces of wood, and similarly, Antaryami Vishnu. Antaryami means is inside the heart. 1861. Ishvara Savabhutanam Hridayesha Juntishtati. I'm situated in everyone's heart, and I'm how does he say? I'm wandering. Oh no, that's not the verb. I'm directing. Yes, I'm directing the wanderings of all the Jews. Just like you have seen in car racing, it's called rally. There is the pilot. Who is next to the pilot?
Co-pilot.
Exactly. So who is doing the job actually? Who is driving the pilot?
The co-pilot.
So in other words, I don't know if you have seen those guys. They drive on ice, and they drive 200
Yeah.
small mountain road. I mean, you have to be crazy. You have to be crazy. And In other words, the pilot has entirely full trust in the co-pilot. The co-pilot tell him, look, be careful this curb, third gear, 60 only. He's not gonna say, are you sure? No. He trusts entirely the co-pilot, even at the cost of his time. Then he goes, the co-pilot is like, okay, now you can accelerate. 100, 110. Be careful, there's a curb coming, 50 only, second gear. He's not going to question. So the co-pilot is Paramatma and the pilot is the GPS. Try to remember that. Vishnu is like the co-pilot, Antaryami Vishnu. This is the point. So, and Vishwanath goes further in the analogy. He says, fire, when it will appear, will burn the wood. It's interesting, the fire analogy. The wood, within the wood there is fire, and the fire, when it is out, it will burn the source of itself. You follow? So in the same way, we are conditioned. Yes, we have a body, we have a mind, conditioned body. It can be burnt out by the process of changing. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. So, in other words, Maya is coming from Krishna. The cloud is coming from the sun. You cannot say, who is the source of the cloud? The sun. So, by going back to the sun, you destroy the cloud. By going back to Krishna, you destroy Maya. This is it. You have to reverse the process. How to reverse the process? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. The wood will be ignited and it will disappear. In other words, the wood refers to Maya, your conditioning. This is a beautiful example. 32. And then 33.